the content that that I've been absorbing here is phenomenal, because I'm taking these people who are high performers who just take in a ton of information, and they're able to edit it down and put it into like a remix of content that's just highly valuable.
I have been an account executive for many years. I've had a lot of success in recent years, but you get a little locked into how you do things. And what I've found here at the summit is you're surrounded by some of the best from different companies and different industries. And I find myself taking pages and pages of notes on how to emulate the best.
This whole conference has kind of blown my mind. There are a lot of companies that put together sales meetings, but it's all product driven, it's corporate initiative driven. There aren't enough companies that put together kind of symposiums or symposia like this. And what was really special about it is that you got to hear from the people who are doing it, how they're doing it, and how they're succeeding. You got insight into why it worked, why it didn't work, what they think will work better, and even how they're looking to improve upon it.
A thing like this, a conference like this, even a podcast, so Sales Success Stories podcast, is a long time coming. For people that are in the sales industry, we are often going to sales events and conferences and listening to the feedback from people who are experts in the sales field, but who actually haven't held a quota in 30 years. Not that that's not valuable, but what's invaluable is actually hearing from people who's doing the work every day and giving their feedback and their information on what makes them successful. And Scott not only gets successful people, he's getting the top 1% in all of the companies that are represented, and that's very difficult to get a conversation with the top 1% from multiple companies in one place at one time. So for someone like myself, who's extremely interested in understanding what makes leaders tick, what makes top performers tick, to be in one place where we can have dinner together, we can share coffee together, and we can hear insights from one another is not only unique, but again, invaluable.
I'm a big firm believer in kind of giving back, and there's so much good, amazing sales people out there that kind of keep a lot to themselves, and I just thought, you know what, we have a chance to actually impact the next generation of sellers, and I want to give back a little so that they can actually learn to grow and become the great sellers that they could be.
You really got to get the video, right? It's almost like, so think of it this way. I posted my article and it really kind of gave you a glimpse into what it takes to be a top sales professional. But the video is really going to show you all the specifics and really unpack everything that went into my process that helped me double my sales. I was almost frustrated by how much I've learned. As silly as that sounds, it's like, man, I never even thought about sales this way. I've learned so many things in just a couple of hours from some of these presenters. It's for a sales professional who thinks that he's good at selling, to hear all of these new things that I've never heard before is quite amazing, and it just goes to show how much gold is in this presentation.
So the biggest takeaway someone would get from watching my presentation is, if they're looking to increase the probability of closing a deal, they're looking to do really strong gap analysis on their opportunities, how to accelerate their opportunities, and how to close those, they would get a lot from following the process that I laid out.
If my sales career had started with this, I can't even tell you where I'd be. It would be the type of foundation that I wish I would have had.
There is some absolutely incredible nuggets of information. In fact, every presentation I took nuggets away from. This is a wealth of information, and I wouldn't want my sales team to miss it if I were in management.
Yeah, I would say in general, I said in my presentation, I really believe it, many times in life, people tell you something and we all do the same thing and we just go, that doesn't apply to me. And then a few years later, maybe many years later, we go, oh, that does mean something to me. And I think that's what this event is. You're going to get some things that are quick, actionable, ready to use now, but then you're also going to get some things you may not even know, understand, or agree with right now, but we're telling you as top 1%ers that it works, and it's a differentiator. So if you just get that video, watch it, and marinate on it, I think the value will be coming long-term out of that.
My biggest takeaway today is that everybody truly had a theme. And that no matter what, if you don't have passion and genuine interest in your customer, there is no way that you can make a career out of sales. And if you do, it is by sheer luck, and it probably isn't going that well for you. So that was a huge takeaway for me.
I've learned more in the last few hours than I have in a large swath of my career. And that's the reason why I'll be a part of it in this inaugural year, and I'll continue to be a part of it, because I've been very inspired today and really challenged to up my game.
It's worth it for your whole team. It's worth it for everybody you know who's in sales, because you cannot get insight like this in a practical manner from people who are so willing to share it as you can right here.